It might be unofficial, but I'm going to take it. Summer is here and I am so ready for it. With longer days, there's more time to explore things around town or just get away for a weekend. And of course, it's beach time. The tricky part with summer though, especially when you have little ones, is making sure you don't go broke. So to wrap this season up, I challenged myself. Today, I'm going to share 20 ways to have fun this summer and still save a ton of money. Welcome to the Couple Money Podcast, the show where we share stories and advice on building up your marriage and wealth together. I'm Elle Martinez. Support for this podcast comes from Jumpstart Your Marriage and Your Money Masterclass. This course is designed to help you two get on the same page with money, dump your debt faster, and get you on the path to financial freedom. Sign up for the class today and get lifetime access. Just head over to couplemoney.com/jumpstart. So June is going to be here tomorrow. How are things going with your finances? Do you remember the goal you set at the beginning of the year, what you wanted to do? I hope you're making some progress, but if you're not, don't worry. You can always reboot things anytime during a year, and I'm hoping this episode will help you to do that. I know summer is thought to be the time of vacations and taking things easy, but did you know it can be a fantastic opportunity to switch things up and challenge yourself to save while still having some fun? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to look at 4 areas and show you 5 ways in each area on how you can save money. We're going to talk about getting the best deals, boosting your savings, being a frugal foodie, and of course, vacations and getaways. Are you ready? All right, let's start off with getting the best deals. So if you're going to buy something, I know you're looking for a good price and making sure that you get the best value. So here are some apps and sites that can make things a lot easier on you. If you are a heavy Amazon user and you're thinking of making a big purchase, before you buy, sign up with Camel. It's a weird name, but it's a great tool to price check and give you price alerts for certain purchases. You put the item in, and then you can see and wait and make sure you're getting a good deal. Now, if you shop online a lot, the Honey extension can be really helpful because what it does is it runs through coupons and discount codes when you're ready to check out. Makes things a lot easier. And speaking of discount codes, make sure you try to go for it. Not every site has it, but it doesn't hurt, and nowadays it's a lot easier. So if you don't want to do a browser extension with Honey, you can also go to retailmenot.com, where people will share some of those discount codes that they found that work, and maybe you save an extra 10-20% on your purchase. Now, something that drives me crazy is when I buy something, and I swear it seems like the next day, okay, maybe 2, maybe a week, the price drops on it. Now, you might have some price protection, but if you're busy, you're probably not going to do it within that time frame. Paribus is an app that can help you save money. If the prices drop after you purchase, it will go ahead and take care of that. All you have to do is connect your shopping accounts and email, and on your behalf, they go for that price protection, taking a small cut for their share. So that is a handy tool if you're busy, but you still want to make sure that you're getting the best value. Many of us love the latest smartphone deals. And I think you should shop wisely when you're going with your smartphone, not just for the phone though, but for your plans. So the next time you guys are up for a renewal on your contract, or you're shopping around because you guys are sick and tired of paying a ton of money, look at alternatives to the big companies out there. One of my favorites is Republic Wireless. I use them. They're a partner with this site, and I found it fantastic. So I have 2 lines with them. I have my work phone and my home cell. They're both Motos. I love them. Great phones. They've been dropped, still survive. But what I especially like is the service with Republic Wireless. I'm paying less than $50 for these 2 lines. and I get unlimited talk, text, and Wi-Fi data. And you get the cell phone data based on a package that fits your needs. So if you guys are shopping around and you have 2, 3, 4 lines on your family plan, look at alternatives like Republic Wireless. There's Freedom Pop. There's also Ting. There's a ton of them out there. I'll have them in the show notes. But the idea is look around and just don't keep with the same company if you're not getting the best value. Now, getting the best deal, I'm going to talk about something that's not exciting, but we keep paying for it because we do need it, and that's insurance. Earlier this year, I found out my insurance was going up for car and for our home. Did you know, even though we stayed with our same insurance company, we made sure to call and negotiate. And we got that raise on our home insurance knocked off with a credit. And we found a better deal with our car insurance. So don't discount the fact that, well, yeah, you can ask for discounts. When you get those renewals, when they pop up, call the company. And then also call 1 or 2 other companies that have great reputations and see if you can get a better deal. And if you're a member of Costco or some of the other warehouses, you may be able to get an even greater discount with that. So check around and see if any of your memberships can help you save money. Now, these last 2 tips are kind of related, so I'm going to talk about this. Again, you're shopping online, you found a great deal, or so you think, and there's this temptation to go ahead and press click and buy it. Should you? Well, there are 2 reasons you might want to hold off or try something different to make sure you are getting the best deal. The first one is make sure you're shopping incognito. What does that mean? You know those cookies with web browsers as you're shopping around. Sometimes they can give away certain pieces of data that can affect the price depending on the site you're going to. I'll have links up. I found this great tutorial on how you can do it on Chrome and Safari, and it makes things much easier. Look, the price could still be the same, but you've lost nothing. And finally, you don't have to immediately do it. I know how tempting that one-click shopping is, but try something. Leave it in the cart. I've had it where on certain sites, I saw that the item I left in the cart, I got an email that had a lower price when it went on sale. It's not always guaranteed, but again, if you're making a big purchase, that could be 10%, 20% savings just by being patient. So I know they make it easy to shop, but reduce that impulse buying. Okay, so you're getting better deals on the stuff you're buying. Now what? Are you actually saving that money? Be honest. Yeah, I've done it too, right? We save some money, we feel good about it, and yet that money isn't actually saved. Well, this next section, we're going to be talking about boosting your savings and how to fix that. Wouldn't you love to see that number in your savings account climb? You can do it, especially if you already started off with the tips about getting the best deals. So I'm going to begin with that. Whenever you save some money, maybe you got a discount on your insurance, maybe you switch providers with your cell phone, you cut the cable, whatever it is. If you save money, make sure you automatically put it into savings the money you save. It's like giving yourself a raise. Okay, how can we make it easier for you to save more? I want to give you some apps that can make it simpler and just give you more ability to control your savings. The first step, of course, is knowing, first of all, where is our money going? How are we spending it? That way you know where to cut back and where to save. There's 3 apps you can try out. Depending on your personality, I think one of them will definitely stick out to you. Personal Capital, Tiller, and Mint are great tools that make it easy to visualize and see exactly where your money's coming in and where it's going out. And speaking of visualization, this is another tip. Our third tip with savings is have a reminder of your goal. Listen, it is hard to say no to spending when it's just to save money, right? How do you know, is this something where, yes, I'm going to splurge because this is quality of life, this is something we enjoy, versus I'm going to have some self-discipline because I'm going to save towards something. It's having a specific goal and having a reminder of that goal. It can be a background picture on your desktop, wallpaper on your cell phone, picture on your fridge, whatever it is. But what are you guys saving up towards? Having a reminder will help you to say no to certain things so you can say yes to the things that matter. Okay, for the fourth tip, I want you to make this a game. If you listen to the podcast or been on the site before, you know I love monthly challenges. These are things that my husband and I try out to help maybe boost some savings, or when we were knocking down debt, find that extra money. And we knew that there was a beginning and an end, and it pushed us to do different things and see how far we could go. And it was a lot of fun. We did $20 date nights, frugal foodie spending, and debt-free vacations. So find something that inspires you and try something big just for 30 days. It can have a powerful effect on how you save money. And speaking of which, maybe you feel like you want to add some small games to it. That's fantastic. There's a great app that can help you automatically save capital with a Q. And I've been trying it out. And what's great about this is you come up with your own rules. Now, I'm not sure if you remember this, but a few years ago, one of the big banks had this deal where it would round up your purchases and the difference would go into your savings account. You could do that with the app or come up with some other rule that makes sense to you. Maybe you want to say, okay, every time I get a deposit, I want to automatically save 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever. You can set that up with the app, Capital. It makes it fun, it makes it easy, and it ties back to the other tip. It helps you create a visual reminder for your goals. Plus, it's free. And finally, we're talking about making a game, having it fun, having these visual reminders. Another huge tip that's helped me is breaking it down. Maybe breaking it down into weekly or even paycheck goals can help you guys stay on the course and save more money. So we got your savings boosted, you're getting the best deals. Let's talk about one of the biggest expenses couples have with their spending. I've been writing for Couple Money for almost 9 years, and I will tell you one of the biggest budget busters that couples have is eating out. We all love to have a good time. We socialize with friends. We go out on dates. Spending a lot eating out is almost too easy. So here are some ways that you can eat well, still be that foodie, and save some money. First off, if you're going to go out, know the daily specials for restaurants. Yes, I know weekends are big traffic, big deal. But if you want to get the best deals and still have some fun eating out, go during low traffic times. Look during weeknights, see if happy hour specials are out there, and take advantage of them. The second tip I have for you is planning your meals out for this week. This can be especially helpful because many times mentally when we are tired and we're heading home and we don't know what to eat or what we're going to have for dinner, what do? There's a drive-through, there's Chipotle's, there's something. We stop by because we think it's more convenient, and it is, but it's pricier. And it's also not as great for our waistline. So instead, plan your meals out for the week. Pick out sometime during this weekend. It doesn't take that long, and get some easy meals on the board. It'll reduce that temptation to grab something on the way home. And along the lines, this third tip is prep a meal or two ahead. Now, it does not have to be complicated. This is something where a slow cooker can be your best friend. Go ahead this weekend and dump in the stuff for chili. Maybe you want to make a stew, whatever you like. Make it and then freeze it. And whenever you have, in case of emergency, you're tired, you're busy, don't even want to make anything, you can just heat it up, pull it out the freezer, warm it up, and boom, dinner's ready. And speaking of cooking, you don't have to be a chef to come up with some awesome dishes. One of the best things you can do is expand your horizons and cuisines and find easy meals that you can make. I remember chatting with Justin from Root of Good, and we were talking about what are the easy recipes that you can make. And he was telling how there are some great curries that you can do Thai style that are hamburger helper easy, as he puts it. And something that I'm learning to do now is using, again, that slow cooker with some Indian-based recipes. And finally, have friends over for a potluck. Something that we do, thanks to some friends, is rotating a meat fest. Yep, it's exactly what it sounds. Whoever's hosting it gets the meat, and all the other guests bring side dishes, drinks, everything else. It's a fun way to spend an afternoon and save a ton of money. You can get some great deals on steaks with your local butcher. We found some fantastic ribeyes at Costco. And if you have a smoker, pretty much anything goes well. I hope this will help you eat well, save money without becoming some kind of full-time chef. Come on. You can't talk about summer savings tips and not mention vacations and getaways. This season is a fantastic time to get out and explore someplace new. So here are my tips to help make things easier. First one, of course, is make sure you have apps and sites at your fingertips that can help you save money and find any last-minute deals that might be your way. If you're getting flights, please put Skyscanner on your list. It can help you find the best deals on your tickets. And if you have a trip, you have an itinerary and lots of things to do, TripIt makes it easier. It handles and organizes all the travel arrangements for you. Okay, so this section, if you will, or this area of savings is a little bit different because they're so related. All these tips kind of flow into each other. So I'm going to try to keep this simple. The first one is flexibility is your friend when you're traveling. What do I mean by that? Yes, this is the most popular time for traveling. I understand, and especially if you have kids, summer vacation may be the biggest break that you have and the most convenient. But that doesn't mean you have to still pay a ton of money. If you're flexible on the days you leave, flights, hotels, your stays can be much cheaper. Sites like Skyscanner and Cheapo Air can make things easier for you because you can price shop and compare and see when's the best time to leave and come back to get the most for your money or to save a ton of money. Also, learning how to bid. We do this many times with our car rentals, but we also done it with our hotels and so forth. It's where on Priceline, you go ahead and you put in an offer what you're willing to pay. And sometimes they immediately accept it, but a lot of times it takes a few days to get it. But we found this a fantastic way to save about 30% on our hotels and a lot of money on our car rentals. Also, staying and going like a local. Yet sometimes hotels have great deals and sometimes they don't. Our last trip was in Wilmington, North Carolina this spring. And the hotels for the area we were looking in was around, I want to say $200 a night. And we found an Airbnb place, fantastic location, for less than half the price. It was everything we needed. Plus, it had the benefit. We had a full kitchen, we had a bathroom, we had 2 rooms, desk, perfect place, perfect way to stay. And then also, staying as a local is not going to the tourist spots. We go to the quiet places on the beach. We also ask locals, including our Airbnb hosts, any places they recommended that were cheap eats, that there were incredible finds. And then finally, you want to make sure you budget for your trip. Why do I say that? 1, I want to make sure you're having a debt-free trip. But 2, as you're saving, what you'll find is when you're searching and hunting, sometimes you will come across an incredible deal. And if you don't have some money tucked away, you can miss out on that. So yes, I don't want you relying on your credit card per se or debt to pick up those deals. I want you to have some vacation money set aside so you can go on your trip guilt-free without debt and then come home. You don't have to worry about paying off the credit card. It's done. It's taken care of. I hope you have an incredible summer vacation. There you go, 20 ways you can save some serious cash this summer. As always, I'll have links and resources in the show notes. And if you're ready to continue with savings and really take things up a notch, please take the 5 days to 5K course over at couplemoney.com/5K. I'll show you how to find, save, and make some extra cash. Plus, it's free. And thank you so much for hanging with me this season. Just a heads up, there's still going to be a podcast on this summer, but I'm going to change some things up, have some friends on the show, and episodes will be going up on Wednesdays. I have some great interviews and tips on how you two can work together to dump that debt faster and get on the path to financial freedom. And if you want to chat with me about season 7, maybe share some ideas or see what I'm up to, I'm hosting a private chat. If you're subscribed already to the newsletter, you'll get the details tomorrow. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that today. Go to couplemoney.com/join. Our theme song was written and performed by Gentle Regime. Additional music by Lee Rosevere and Music for Makers. And we also have a new composer this episode from Berlin, Retwal von Donberg, who was kind enough to share his music with the podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much for emailing me, Retward. I really appreciate you sharing this on the podcast. Guys, check him out on his site. It is at thecaravel.net. And don't forget, this summer, you can always ping me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Couple Money. I hope you have a great week. Take care.